what's going on, guys? We're here down at Throttle down in San Diego. We're here with Mickey right now. What's going on, Mickey?
Yeah, welcome, man. It's always nice to have you guys in the house. You guys send a lot of product down here for us to R&D and to put on the dream builds and the sweepstakes cars and our SEMA builds. So we specifically use Wilwood products in almost all the builds, especially our heavy hitter builds, like some of our old Fast and Furious tributes, and also our large SEMA projects, stuff like that will always have your product on them. So we can show you guys some of that today. Some of it's top secret, I can't show you, but we can start with these cars back here. We've got our Supra, which is 1,000+ horsepower, running your kit on the front and back. One of the things we like about the Wilwood stuff is that it's always so consistent, and you guys have an application for pretty much everything, or you work with one of your vendors to offer an application, which is really cool. In this case, we're able to work with Rad Dan, who's a friend of ours, have you guys send us over the brake parts that go with his kit, and man, we're off and running. This car does circuit, it does drag racing, it can street drive. The brake package works for everything.
And give me a little bit more of a lowdown. What have you guys done to this thing?
So it's a JZ fully built here in-house. It makes a little over 1,000. We haven't done billet main caps yet, so we're gonna do those next, and this thing can push even higher into the thousands, which is pretty amazing. This thing will pull the front wheels off the ground of the drag strip. It'll run a circuit course with the 6-speed sequential in it. It's set up for basically dual purpose or basically anything we throw at it. As you can see, it's got a giant 4-inch sewer pipe running underneath it. It makes some good power and makes all the good noises.
Yeah, I see some billet goodness underneath there.
Yeah,
I always like to see that.
Yeah, this car was, I believe this was probably the second or third car that we purpose built to go to the SEMA show, which is always, where you want to put your best foot forward. We called in all of our big name partners to help us with this one, and I think the result speaks for itself.
Right below that, another big build that you guys have from it,
This
following the theme, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys aren't familiar with the Throttle channel, you see a lot of Fast and Furious in here. That's not all we do. The Fast and Furious stuff, we basically started with this car because this car, as a hero car from the Fast and Furious movie, meant so much to all of us here at Throttle. This changed the way we looked at modifying cars and our enthusiasm towards the tuner space when this movie came out. So this was a car that we wanted to build just for fun. And instead of just doing a tribute build, which is what a lot of people do, where they actually copy the movie car down to the nth degree and detail and parts and everything, we took our own spin on it and said, you know what? If the movie happened today, how would the car be built? What products would they use? And so this is our take on that. So we've changed it quite a bit. However, it looks familiar to the movie car. That was the end result that we wanted. And this was actually Quinn's first SEMA project. So he built the engine in this car. It makes about 600 all-wheel horsepower, has a race trans backing it up. It looks the part, it does everything we want it to do, and it's fast, so.
I always love seeing this car, man. It's just like,
Yep.
Childhood speaks to me.
And then obviously the brakes were one of the big things for this car. We went with blue to kind of match the livery. You guys were able to knock out that finish for us, custom. I think it's one of your off-the-shelf colors.
Yeah, so Wilwood does like red, black, and our hard anodized gray off the shelf. We do yellow on some Porsche and blue on some Honda stuff. We do 27 different other colors off the shelf.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah, but competition blue, Jordan slotted rotors, white logos. And one of the things I really love about this is super popular blue, is we can actually come over here to the next cart real quick.
Oh yeah.
Is the R34. You and I were going back and forth on what do we do with this build? Like, what do we do for finish and all? And that competition blue is the same finish on this chassis as it is the Eclipse.
It is.
I just thought that turned out so well.
It did, and so this kit, this has to do a lot. So it needs to be light. It needs to stop a 1,400 horsepower drag machine, all-wheel drive. So these brakes are gonna be working hard. We haven't actually got this out for testing just yet. We're so close to being ready to take this thing to the racetrack. So I can't tell you how the brakes are performing to this point, but judging by all the stuff we've done in the past, they're gonna be adequate. And this is maybe a little bit of foreshadowing for where you guys are going with some brake packages that might be coming out soon.
Some R&D is always stuff that we look forward to working with you guys on.
We appreciate that because it allows us to kind of think outside the box. And whenever I have a crazy idea, I call up Caleb and the boys at Wilwood and say, hey, think we can make this happen? And the answer is almost always yes. We'll figure it out.
Sometimes to my detriment, but we'll figure it out.
Well, we've got a fun one coming up for the SEMA show this year, which will, I'm gonna give you guys a peek at, but you guys are gonna have to wait. But yeah, you're gonna be picking up some parts today to take back with you to make us some custom brakes for a very special project that we're gonna debut at 2025 SEMA show.
And speaking of SEMA show, this is 2024 car.
Man, we built this car for fun, and we didn't realize it was gonna set the whole SEMA show on its ear. Ended up being in the McGuire stand right at the base of Central Hall, base of the stairs, and perfect car, perfect location, perfect time. It went off without a hitch. We had hundreds of people at the unveiling of the sheet of the car, and then throughout the show, it consistently had a crowd around it. We build these cars for promotion, obviously for our brand, but at the end of the day, like having a flagship car like this that we can keep at our shop, get out to the racetrack, take to events is important.
So yeah, a little bit more of a lowdown on this one. We got our brakes on it, front and back. What have you got package-wise? I see a bunch of billet blue anodized. Give me a setup on this.
This car is savage. So we went straight to the boys in Australia to have this engine package put together for us. It's making about 1,400 on the engine dyno. It's gonna have a couple hundred shot of nitrous as well to get the turbo spooled up, because if you can see the top, it's massive. We've got a Power Glide 2-speed transmission with all-wheel drive system intact. Super trick car, super modern technology stuffed into a 90s car, which is really cool. That's something we love to do around here. It's modern tuner hot rodding, essentially, is what we like to look at or call it. This one's gonna be fun, man. This should be deep into the 8s, maybe even high 7 second car when it's done, which is definitely the fastest thing we've ever built here in our shop. So.
Heck yeah.
So as you noticed, all the billet stuff, the blue things, which is the shiny stuff under there, that's all from Platinum Racing Products. They do a really good job of staying ahead of the market. We've got their full billet 8.8 rear differential package in the back with big axles. It's built to the hill. Everything's been touched and every nut and bolt's been removed and replaced. And
one of the things that also pops in my mind is normally you measure like dish on a wheel with dollar bills, you know, well, this one's set up differently, you know, it's set up for some meat. I'm sitting here looking at this intercooler right here. I'm like, man, I want to,
it's like a shoebox.
Yeah, it's a thick intercooler right there, billet ends.
The more horsepower you make, the bigger those need to be to support the power. And so Plasma Man actually whipped us up that's their big drag racing setup. So we were able to get it stuffed behind the factory beam and fit really nice in the Fast and Furious C-West bumper. So really, when it's all together, it looks really buttoned up and nice. And the wheels were a little polarizing. Like a lot of people at SEMA are talking crap about the wheels because they don't like the blue ring or whatever. But what a lot of people don't understand is an all-wheel drive drag car, you have to have bead locks because the tire will spin on the wheel if you don't lock them down. So that was the purpose behind these wheels. They're actually not for looks. They're actually functional beadlock wheels. Yeah, no real expense was spared on this one. Hopefully we can get it out to the track this year and make some passes.
Heck yeah. Oh, awesome, man. Well, hey, Mickey, much appreciate you walking us through the shop a little bit, checking out some of these builds that you got.
I've got some other stuff to show you, but we're gonna have to stop rolling that thing.
Yeah, all right, hey.
Thanks for coming down.
Thanks.
Let's go check out the cool stuff.
All right, right on.
Yeah, that's good right there, right there. Just stare straight into the lens as you eat that awkwardly.